that Kyle was here. Everybody knows that Dennis was here. Everybody knows that Jade was here. Everybody knows Marianne was here. Everybody knows Origo was here. Everybody knows that Shaka was here. As we go on, please remember all the times we stood together.
On Saturday, the 13th of July 2019, the prestigious Wellspring College held her 14th valedictory ceremony at the school premises in Omole Phase 2, Ikeja, Lagos. The event was well attended by parents, teachers, board of governors, heads of departments, academic supervisors, and the graduating students, who were visibly overwhelmed with joy for the successful completion of their 6-year academic journey. Wellspring College is a model school established in 2005 by Mr. and Mrs. D.C. Isimoya, who came up with the idea of establishing a school with the goal of giving succor to Nigerian youth by providing all-round education suitable for future leaders. Wellspring College has maintained a record of academic excellence over the years. Their light shined brighter when one of their students came tops in the West Africa Senior School Certificate Examination in 2015 with the 3rd best result in Lagos State and the 28th best in Nigeria. Wellspring College is committed to turning out youth who are not only academically sound, but also of unquestionable character, who can become worthy ambassadors of the school in the society. The ceremony, which was segmented into 2 parts, began with the valedictory service. It started with the processional hymn, which ushered in the graduating students, founder, principal, board of directors, and management team of the school. In attendance at the event were the founders of Wellspring College, Mr. and Mrs. D.C. Isimoya, the principal, Wellspring College, Mrs. O.O. Luriade, the chairman of the occasion, Mr. Tom Ogboy, member, Board of Trustees, Wellspring University, Benin City. The special guest of honor at the event was the chairman and CEO Biscon Communications, Prince Basil Atilo, who was very well represented by the managing director, Biscon Communications, Engineer Didakbo Atilo, who is also an alumnus of Wellspring College and a graduate of Civil Engineering of the University of Liverpool in the UK. The guest minister was Pastor Damilola Oluwatoyinbo, the pastor in charge of King's Kingdom Influences and Nations, Generations and Systems. The managing director, Unilag Consult, Professor Adebayo Titoluju, was represented by Mr. Shegun Shodunke, award-winning Nollywood actress and producer, Mrs. Ayo Adesoya, and other important personalities. The service kicked off with the opening prayer led by Reverend Dr. G.O. Luriade and the Bible reading, which was taken by Adegbite Dolakbo, acting head boy of the school. Thereafter, the school orchestra and choir serenaded guests with some melodious songs, which they appreciated greatly. The sermon of the day, titled Raised for Royalty, was delivered by Pastor Damilola Oluwatoyinbo, the founder, Kingdom Influences and Nations, Generations and Systems. Pastor Damilola Oluwatoyinbo cheered the graduating students and gave them tips on how to live a purpose-driven life, pointing that the 21st century society is an ailing one that breeds preference-driven youth rather than purpose-driven ones, which he said has led to a high rate of immoral and inappropriate behavior among youth. The pastor charged the students to make maximum use of their prime time because the Lord has endowed them with strength and blessed them with adequate resources to attain any height in their chosen endeavors. He later highlighted 5 key points to help them in their journey moving into the future: purpose, purity, potential, partner, and persistence.
Children are passports to the next generation. So a child is not just the bragging rights, that we celebrate and appreciate and say, okay, my son is now a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, but your child is your passport to another generation. He is going to represent you in a different generation, a different time zone, a different space, a different realm or domain. So it's a privilege to parent people. And one of the things about parenting is that we have the opportunity to develop character, to develop competence, to develop certain qualities. One of the things I want all of us to leave here with is understand that you are a divine investment. You are loaded with abilities, with gifts, with opportunities. So understand that there is a plan for your life. There's a plan for your life. There's an assignment, an agenda. And even if your dad is not like the richest person in the world, God still has a purpose for your life. So you must ask yourself, what is the purpose of my existence? Now here's the deal. Don't get caught in the trap of, an angel will appear to me tomorrow night and say, this is the purpose for your life. But what does the word say? Whatever your hands find to do, do with all your heart. Another one says with all diligence, with all your passion. The first thing is you must be a purpose-driven person.
Right after that was the presentation of gift items by the graduating students to their parents, as the parents received the items and rained prayers on their children. Thereafter, the Wellspring praise team led in a Thanksgiving session as everyone danced joyfully, giving glory to God for the success of the 2019 academic year. The recessional hymn, which followed afterwards, led to the second phase of the event. In the remarks of the chairman of the occasion, Mr. Tom Oboy, member Board of Trustees of Wellspring University, Benin City, he congratulated the outgoing students for successfully completing their secondary school education. He also appreciated and congratulated parents for their sacrifices and encouraged the graduating students to work twice as hard moving forward, as this is the time to break boundaries and make waves in their careers. He urged parents not to relent in their watch over their kids and prayed God to grant them the wisdom and strength to train their children in a godly way.
Your job has not finished. It is just beginning. You will continue to guide your children, guide them, lead them in the fear of the Lord, which is very important, because the society we have now doesn't want to recognize God. But they have no choice, they must recognize God. So parents, please, guide your children. Lead them in the fear of the Lord. Even as I'm a multiple grandfather. All my children are married. All of them have children. They are all graduated from the best schools. One of the things I used to do when I was not very rich yet and just starting life is that I used to prophesy into the life of my children. I want to encourage you to continue to, you just did this now, please continue to prophesy into the life of your children. I used to say to my children, I say, you will go to the best secondary schools. You will go to world-renowned universities in the world. You will graduate. And my wife will say, we are still trying to survive this place. You are talking of best, that was then, best secondary school. But God brought it to pass. All our children went to the best secondary schools we can think of. They all went to all renowned universities. And today they are authorities on their own. So the power of the father and the mother to speak into the life of the children is very important.
Thereafter, the choreography team entertained guests with their energetic dance steps, after which the principal gave her remarks. In the remarks of the principal, Wellspring College, Mrs. O.O. Luriade, she welcomed everyone to the 14th graduation ceremony of the Wellspring College and thanked parents and guardians for their support and trust in the school. She said, over the years, Wellspring College has maintained an enviable culture and track record of originality and transparency in academics and morals, which is why the school has been consistently regarded as one of the preferred colleges within the terrain. Mrs. Oluriade said Wellspring College over the years has kept a record of professionalism, fairness, honesty and perseverance, adding that the school deeply cares about the success and well-being of its students. The principal categorically emphasized that the graduating students have been equipped adequately to conquer whatever environment they find themselves in. She ended by wishing them well in their future endeavors.
Suffice me to say, we have punched well above our weights, spanning illustrious alumni who are doing exceptionally well in their various fields of endeavor, that is in science, arts, or humanities. This is indeed God's help and our joy. The college has provided a safe and caring environment for our students to learn, while at the same time giving them room and in fact pushing them beyond limits to question, probe and challenge the boundaries of their own status quo. Our common success story has been built on three-way partnership between you, our heroes of the day whom we are gathered here to celebrate, our parents of inestimable value, and a great team of professional administrators and teachers. The administrators and teachers alike have never underestimated the importance of their roles within this partnership. In all, as a college, we have demonstrated a legacy of professionalism, fairness, honesty, and perseverance. Hence, I can say with absolute certainty that we care deeply about the success and well-being of our students.
There was a cultural presentation by the cultural group of the school which enlivened the atmosphere, after which Mr. Segun Shodunke, representative of the Managing Director Unilag Consult, Professor Adebayo Titoluju, addressed the students on self-worth and the need to be persistent and continually believe in their abilities.
I would say you guys are quite fortunate to be graduating at this time. It's the 21st century and a lot of things have changed. When I was in school, when I was in secondary school, which was like 25 years ago, when I left secondary school, there was no internet, there were no computers, there were no phones, there were no gizmos, to play with, get information through, but you guys are very fortunate to be graduates at a time like this, and the sky is the limit for you, so I would say that even if your name wasn't called today, even if you're not the valedictorian, you have something special in you.
The first sets of prizes for the ceremony were presented by the chairman of the occasion, Mr. Tom Ogboy, to the valedictorian, Owolabi Temiloluwa, for academic excellence, and the Wellspring Choir for their great valedictory performance. Mrs. Felicia Ikechuku, Assistant Director, Treatment, Rehabilitation and Drug Demand Reduction of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, later spoke on drug abuse and its negative effects. Engineer Adidakbo Latilo, an alumnus of the Wellspring College, who represented his father, the special guest of honor, the chairman and CEO BISCON Communications, Prince Bisil Latilo, also gave a few words of advice to the graduating students. He encouraged them to work hard so they can sit among the high and mighty in the society, as only working hard and smart can guarantee that. On behalf of his father, Prince Bisil Latilo, he made a generous cash donation to the students.
Over the years, I've always, seen my dad work as hard as anybody. Anybody you can mention, he's working either as hard or harder than the person. From maybe not seeing him at home, he's always on the road because of the nature of the job. But we have our mom there to, do the other bit as well. There's nowhere he's not been in Nigeria, the 36 states, touring, either emceeing, master of ceremonies or whatnot. I've always seen that he's always, put in his hard work, and it has given him the status he's been able to achieve today, to the glory of God. And that's why, he's still relevant in the industry today. So I would say to the fellow graduating students today, I think there are about 60 of you. I don't know how many, to be honest. But I'll say you guys, work hard, because there's always reward for hard work. I'll use an analogy as well, talking about, not to sound cliche, but talking about Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. You look at both of them, one has sheer talent, the other one has hard work. No one can, deny both of them. So just work hard, you'll get your reward.
Following immediately were a play presented by students of the drama club, a special presentation of songs and gift items by the graduating students to the founder, Wellspring College, Mr. Isimoya. Presentation of scrolls, gift items and prizes to outstanding graduates followed afterwards as the valedictorian, Owolabi Temiloluwa, gave her speech in which she appreciated her parents and teachers for impacting good morals, integrity, diligence, and determination in her. She also thanked her classmates for being with her every step of the way and also congratulated them for making it thus far. She prayed to God to bless their future endeavors.
For the graduating students of 2018-2019 set, it has been an honor attending this school and an even bigger honor graduating from this esteemed college. 6 wonderful years of our lives have been spent within the beautiful walls of this school. We give God the glory for seeing us through these past years and for directing our paths as we navigated the maze called life. Wellspring College serves as a training ground for those who wish to acquire life skills, academic achievements, and mind-blowing accomplishments. It is a school which harnesses the power of God and strong moral values and uses it to train their students. We have gained a lot from this institution, and saying farewell to this chapter of our lives is very difficult. The memories we made in this school will last a lifetime, and the skills we have acquired will be used to their fullest advantage. A lot of appreciation goes to Mrs. O.O. Luriade, the esteemed principal of Wellspring College. Under her leadership, the school has successfully grown and blossomed. She has trained so many students, and her efforts will not be in vain. With her steadfast faith in God and a strong moral background, she has inculcated in us the morals of integrity, diligence, and determination. She is the driving force in the lives of her students, always pushing for their best and encouraging them all the way.
The closing remarks was delivered by Mr. Emmanuel Isimoya, after which the founder, Wellspring College, Mr. D.C. Isimoya, prayed for the students, which brought the event to an end. The entire management of BISCON Communications congratulates the 2019 graduating students of Wellspring College and wish them the very best in their future endeavors.